we remain strong. From the beaches to the sea, where we belong, riding high, singing the Duval song. In Jacksonville, Florida, this is where we prolong. Hook, life in Jacksonville. Yeah. It's the golden land. Grinding from the dawn. In the shifting sand. Sunshine State. With destiny in our hand. In the soul of Florida, we take our grandstand. Outro. So here's a salute to the city that never sleeps. From the downtown lights to the ocean's deeps. In the heart of Duval, where the love seeps. Jacksonville, Florida. It's a bond that keeps. Outro. Hook, life in Jacksonville. The emblem of the free land. Grinding under the sun. Drawing lines in the sand. Sunshine State. With a future so grand. In the spirit of Florida, together we withstand. Verse 1. I. From the Panhandle to the Keys. Let me tell you about a ride. Florida. Sunshine State. Where we reside. In the city of Miami where the cultures collide. Art Deco streets. Latin beats worldwide. Rollin' up to Fort Lauderdale. Cruise capital of the globe. Yachts in the harbor. It's a treasure trove. Orlando in the middle, where the dreams explode. Disney to University. It's the family code. Forest, Florida. The peninsula, where the sun always gleams. From the Gulf to the Atlantic. Land of dreams. Different cities, different vibes, yet it seems, we united by the sun, the sand, and the sea's themes. Versus Tampa Bay on the west, got the Pirates Pride. Gasparilla Festival, can't hide the city's stride. Street, heat with the art. Culture personified. On the Gulf Coast shores, where the dolphins glide. Jacks in the north, on the St. John's flood. Big city vibes with a southern glow. Panama City, where the spring breakers go. Emerald waters, white sands, sunsets slow. Chorus, Florida. The Sunshine State, where the stories intertwine. From the Everglades to the Orange Line. Different cities, different stories, yet the design. We linked by the sun, the surf, and the pine. bridge in the city of Naples, where the luxuries clear. Sarasota's charm brings the circus near. Tallahassee in the Panhandle, students cheer. Florida's diversity, year after year. Chorus, Florida, the peninsula, under the palm trees dreams. From the Keys to Pensacola, a mosaic it seems. Different cities, different beats, under the sunbeams. Reconnected by the sun, the sand, and the sea's gleams. Outro, so here's to Florida, the state that's diverse. From the tropical south to the northern converse. In every city, every town, every verse. Florida, the Sunshine State, it's a universe.
Verse 1, yeah.
Yeah, step into the twilight, where the shadows blend, in the Sunshine State, where the normal rules suspend. Vampires in Miami, living life with no end, underneath the neon lights, the rules of time they bend. Sipping on a crimson cocktail, no reflection in sight, from the clubs of South Beach, to the heat of the night, got that immortal swagger, under the moonlight, in the heart of Florida, it's an eternal night. Forest vampires and werewolves, in the land of dreams, in the Sunshine State, not everything's what it seems, under the palm trees, by the moonlit streams, Florida's got a secret, in the midnight screams.
Where the shadows blend, in the Sunshine State, where the normal rules suspend. Vampires in Miami, living life with no end, underneath the neon lights, the rules of time they bend. Sipping on a crimson cocktail, no reflection in sight, from the clubs of South Beach, to the heat of the night, got that immortal swagger, under the moonlight, in the heart of Florida, it's an eternal night. Chorus, vampires and werewolves, in the land of dreams, in the Sunshine State, not everything's what it seems, under the palm trees, by the moonlit streams, Florida's got a secret, in the midnight screams. Verse 2, werewolves in the Everglades, howling at the moon, in the wilds of the swamps, underneath the Spanish moss, they attune. In the Florida wilderness, they croon, running through the marshes, with the night as their cloak. With a primal power, the ancient spirits they evoke, the Gulf to the Keys, under the old oak, In the heart of Florida. It's a supernatural stroke. Chorus, vampires and werewolves. In the land of, in the Sunshine State. The supernatural run. Under the starlit sky. When the day is done. Florida's got a secret. When the night has bridge in city of St. Augustine. Where the ghosts reside. Vampires and werewolves. Side by side. In the oldest city. Where the legends abide. In the heart of Florida. The tale side. Chorus, vampires and werewolves. Orange groves. In the Sunshine State. Where the mystery rose. Under the tropical moon. Where the moves. Florida's got a secret. In the tale weaves. Outro, so welcome to Florida. Where the sun meets the shade. Where vampires and werewolves got their own parade. Every city. Every town. Every Everglade. Florida. The Sunshine State. Where the legends never fade. Verse 1, yeah. Welcome to the 7. Oh, Isles. Where the sun kisses the sea. But when the night falls, it's a different decree. Vampires in the Philippines. Living in the shadows. You see. From Manila to Cebu. In the twilight. They're free. In the Buck City. Under the neon lights. Or in the rice terraces. Under the moonlit nights. They got that eternal allure. Igniting the fright. In the heart of the pearl of the Orient. Amidst the heights. Chorus, vampires in the Philippines. Under the tropical rain. In the land of the sun. It's a different vein. Under the coconut trees. They reign. It's a secret in the whisper of the sugarcane. Verse 2, ever heard of the Aswang? The night call. In the Visayas region. It stands tall. Shape-shifting spirits. They enthrall. In the depth of the folklore. They install. From the quiet provinces to the urban mall. In the dark corners of the archipelago. They crawl. Got that supernatural power. Overall. In the heart of the Philippines. They enthrall. Chorus, vampires in the Philippines. In the mango sweet stain. In the land of the Pacific. It's a different campaign. Under the banana leaves. They sustain. It's a secret in the rhythm of the bamboo cane. Bridge in the city of Vegan. Where the history lies. Vampires in the tales. They synchronize. In the Spanish streets. Where the mystery ties. In the heart of the Philippines. The legend never dies. Chorus, vampires in the Philippines. Under the Banyan's chain. In the land of the pearl. It's a different domain. Under the starlit sky. They maintain. It's a secret in the rustle of the sugarcane. Outro, so here's to the Philippines. Where the sun meets shade. Where van and myths got their own promenade. In every island. Every mountain. Every glade. Philippines. The pearl of the Orient. Where the legends never fade. to the land of the morning calm, where the night takes the helm. Vampires in South Korea. A tale that overwhelmed. From Seoul's neon lights to Busan's realm. In the heart of the East, they seize the realm. Underneath the skyscrapers, in the pulsing city nights, or in the temples of Jeongju, under the moonlights. With an eternal charisma, they ignite the sights. In the midst of Hallyu wave, they take their flights. Chorus vampires in South Korea. Under the cherry blossom rain. In the land of K-pop. It's a different refrain. Under the Han River's flow. They maintain. It's a secret in the rhythm of the high-speed train. Verse 2. Savvy cities, where vampires blend. From Incheon to Daegu. A different message they living in the shadows. The rules they bend. In the core of South Korea. It's an ancient trend. With a swift grace. They navigate the modern sprawl of the palaces. They hold the enthrall. Living off the night. They stand tall. In South Korea. They and chorus vampires in South Korea. In the hanbok's rich vein. Land of the kimchi. It's an immortal campaign. Under the Namsan Tower. They reign. Secret in the melody of the city's refrain. Bridge in the streets of Gangnam. Where the legends fuse. Vampires and the tales. They induce. In the modern heartbeat. Where the myths bruise. In the heart of South Korea. The legend renews. Chorus vampires in South Korea. Under the maple's chain. In the land of the bulgogi. It's a dip lane. Under the starlit sky. They ascertain. It's a secret in the rhythm of the midnight rain. Outro, so here's to South Korea. Where the sun meets the shadow. Where vampires and myths. In the neon glow. In every city. Every mountain. Every meadow. South Korea. The land of the morning calm. Where the legends grow. Verse 1, yeah. From the east to the west. Let's set the scene. Vampires and monsters. Caught in between. South Korea to the Philippines. And Florida in the screen. Welcome to the twilight world. Where the night's serene. Seoul City nights. Where the vampires play. On the neon lights. They hold their sway. In Busan's pulse. They got the right of way. In the land of the morning calm. They convey. Chorus vampires and monsters. Under the stars gleam. From Seoul to Manila. They team. Under the moonlight's beam. They scheme. It's a secret told in the night's dream. Verse 2, Philippine Islands. Where the aswang's known. In the of the folklore. They've grown. From Manila's chaos to the rice terraces sown. In the pearl of the Orient. Their seeds are thrown. Swing over to Florida. Where the scene switches. Vampires in Miami. Living life in the riches. Everglades werewolves. Moving without glitches. In the Sunshine State. The supernatural bewitches. Chorus vampires and monsters. Under the palm trees seem. From Seoul to Manila. To the Florida dream. Under the tropical sky, they gleam. It's a secret whispered in the twilight's theme. Bridge in the city streets, where the tales fuse. Vampires, monsters, induce. From Korea to the Philippines, there's no excuse. In the heart of Florida, the legend renews. Chorus, vampires and monsters. In the world's bloodstream, from Seoul to Manila, to the Florida gleam, under the moonlit sky, they redeem. It's a secret hidden in the night's regime. Outro, so here's to the tales, where the sun meets the shadow. Vampires and monsters. In the twilight meadow. From South Korea, Philippines, to the Florida shallow, where the legends live, and the stories follow. Verse 1, yeah. From the east to the a tale we weave. Vampires, monsters, and werewolves to conceive. South Korea, Philippines, to Florida, believe. In the twilight world, it's a tapestry we achieve. Soul City nights, vampires in the fray, fast cars, sexy ladies, in the neon ballet, under the Han River's glow, they sway. In the land of the morning calm, they display. Chorus, vampires, monsters, under the city lights gleam. From Seoul to Manila, it's the supernatural team. Under the full moon's beam, they scheme. Red wine pouring, it's a nocturnal dream. Verse 2, in the heart of Philippines, where the aswang roam. Werewolves howl in the rice terraces dome. Sexy ladies in Cebu, where the nights in chrome. Pearl of the Orient, the supernatural's home. Florida scene shifts. Tropical groove. Vampires in Miami, got the sultry mood. Everglades monsters, in the rhythm they prove. In the Sunshine State, the supernaturals groove. Chorus, vampires, monsters, in the twilight scene. From Seoul to the Florida dream. Fast cars, red wine, under the moonlight's gleam. Sexy ladies, werewolves, it's the night's supreme. Bridge across city streets, tales interlace. Vampires, monsters, they embrace. From Korea, Philippines, to Florida's space. Sexy ladies, fast cars, in the night's trace. Chorus, vampires, monsters, in the world's bloodstream. From Seoul to Manila, to the Florida gleam. Under the moonlit sky, werewolves redeem. Fast cars, red wine, it's the twilight's theme. Outro, so here's to the tales, where the sun meets the shadow. Vampires, monsters, in the twilight meadow. Sexy ladies, fast cars, from Seal's Alley to Florida's shallow. Red wine pouring, where the legends grow and the stories follow.
Verse 1, yo. From the morning calm, to the world's twilight, to the sunshine state, where the moon takes flight. Vampires and monsters, causing a fright. Fast cars, burning rubber in the dead of night. In the heart of Seoul, under neon lights embrace. Vampires living it up, setting a breakneck pace. Fast cars sipping, it's a twisted chase. Eternity in their eyes, immortality's trace. Chorus, vampires and monsters, in the world's dark scenes. Fast cars, burning tracks, fueling the dreams. From Seoul to Manila, to Florida's sunbeams. This ain't no fairy tale, ain't as simple as it seems. Verse 2, Philippine Islands,
where swings roam. Werewolves howling under the celestial dome. Fast cars in the streets of Manila, where they comb. Sexy ladies. Red wine, it's their nocturnal home. Over to Florida, where the scene to the cliff. Vampires in Miami. Got a firm. Everglades monsters. Making tourists trip. Fast cars on the highway. Pedal to the tip. Chorus vampires and monsters. Under the moon's cold gleams. Fast cars. Burning rubber. Hear the engine scream. From Seoul to Manila. To Florida's steam. This ain't no bedtime story. Ain't no moonlit dream. Bridge across streets. Where legends collide. Vampires. Monsters. They can't hide. Fast cars. Sexy ladies. On a nocturnal ride. From Korea. Philippines. To Florida's tide. Chorus vampires. Monsters. In the world's moonlit streams. Fast cars. Burning tracks. Breaking the themes. From Seoul to Manila. To Florida's dreams. Life's a twisted journey. Ain't as simple as it seems. Outro from the east to the west. Where the sun and shadow blend. Vampires. Monsters. It's a message they send. Fast cars. Sexy ladies. It's a rule they bend. Welcome to the world. Where the night's the trend.
Verse 1, Yeah. In the land of the morning calm. Here's the story. To the Pearl of the Orient, in all its glory. Sunshine State, Texas, Louisiana. Don't worry, we're going to Georgia. It's an epic journey. In Seal's heart, vampires dine. Bibimbap, kimchi. On the supernatural line. Fast cars, sexy ladies. In the neon shine. Under the Han River's flow. They align. Chorus demons, ghosts. Under the city lights beams. From Seoul to Manila. Follow the streams. Through Florida, Texas. As bizarre as it seems. Louisiana to Georgia. It's the American dream. Verse 2 over to Philippines. Where the aswangs feast. Adobo, lechon. Not in the least. From Manila to Cebu. To say the least. Under the moonlit sky. There the night's feast. Florida's next. With fire vibe. Key lime pie, oranges. Join the tribe. Through the Everglades. Where the monsters subscribe. Under the sun. The supernatural imbibe. Chorus demons. Ghosts. In the twilight schemes. From Seoul to Manila. Beyond the dreams. Through Florida. Texas. Crossing the streams. Louisiana to Georgia. Where the night gleams. Bridge from Korea to Philippines. Where legends collide. To Florida. Texas. On the supernatural ride. Louisiana. Georgia. With the tide. Demons. Ghosts. They can't hide. Verse 3 roll into Texas. Where the werewolves roam. Barbecue ribs. Brisket. In the twilight's dome. Inner the Lone Star State. They comb. Under the vast sky. Supernatural's home. Louisiana swamps. Where the spirits play. Gumbo. Crawfish. In the spectral array. The bayous. Where the demons sway. Under the southern stars. They portray. Chorus demons. Ghosts. Under the moonlight's beams. Through Florida. Texas. Breaking the seams. Louisiana to Georgia. It's the night's themes. Verse 4 finally in Georgia. Where the ghosts reside. Peach cobbler. Pecan pie. On the supernatural side. In the heart of the South. They preside. Under the moonlit magnolias. They guide. Outro from the east to the west. Where the stories bend. Demons. Ghosts. It's a message they send. Through Korea. Philippines. It's a trend. Florida. Texas. Louisiana. To Georgia's.
demons, ghosts, in the Twilight schemes. Yeah, it's the J to the A, YZ I'm spitting fire, let me take you overseas from Korea to Philippines, the vampire scenes where they bite necks, midnight dreams, they scheme.
YZ I'm spitting fire. Let me take you overseas from Korea to Philippines. The vampire scenes where they bite necks. Midnight dreams. They shemine Korea. The K-drama fever. A thriller vampire tales. Bloodsuckers getting iller but don't forget the kimchi. The spicy delight vanishing on the side. Flavors out of sight in the Philippines. The Aswangs on the prowl half vampire. Half monster. Creeping with a growl but the adobo. The synagogue. The cuisine lechon on the table. You know it's a dream risk, Biggie style, we're talking Florida. Where the sun is blazing gators in the swamp. The steak that's amazing but let's not forget the food. The seafood platter shrimp. Crab legs. Oysters that make you chatter, verse 2 Biggie style, Florida. The Sunshine State. It's no joke vampires partying in Miami. Sipping on coke with a key lime pie. The Cuban sandwiches tropical flavors that make your taste buds dances down in Texas. Where the Lone Star shines bright vampire cowboys riding through the night with the barbecue ribs. The Tex-Mex delight brisket so tender. It's out of sight Louisiana. The land of voodoo has haunted swamps. Where the spirits amass gumbo and jambalaya. Flavors so bold crawfish. Secrets untold.
In Korea, the K-drama fever, a thriller vampire tales, bloodsuckers get an iller but don't forget the kimchi, the spicy light banshin on the side, flavors out of sight.
The southern charm where demons and ghosts cause a whole lot of harm with the peach cobbler. The fried chicken supreme sweet tea on the side. Living the dream verse 3 Jay-Z style, and now we're in Japan. Land of the rising sun yokai and yurei. The spirits on the run samurais and ninjas. Legends of the past with the sushi. The rock.
In Korea, the K-drama fever, a thriller vampire tales, bloodsuckers get an iller but don't kimchi, the spicy delight banshin on the side, flavors out of sight.
A flavor blast from Korea to Philippines. Florida to Japan monsters and ghosts. Demons in every land but amidst the darkness. The food shines bright a culinary journey. A rap that ignites, Biggie style, so let's raise a glass to the creatures of the night and savor the flavors. The food that's just right from the streets of New York to the shores of Japan vampires. Monsters. Ghosts. They're all in the plan.
In Korea, the K-drama fever, a thriller vampire tales, bloodsuckers get an iller but don't forget the kimchi, the spicy delight banshin on the side, flavors out of sight. In Korea, the K-drama fever, a thriller vampire tales, bloodsuckers get an iller but don't forget the kimchi, the spicin on the side, flavors out of sight.
Verse 1 Jay-Z style, yo. It's J-A-Y. Z. Back on the scene talking vampires and monsters. Things unseen Korea and the Philippines. Where legends thrive from Seoul to Manila. They come Alabang Korea. K-pop's on top. You know the deal with vampires lurking in the shadows. They're real bibimbap and bulgogi. Flavors so divine sippin' soju with the sun starting to decline in the Philippines. Aswangs cause fright ghouls in the night. You better hold on tight from adobo to hollow hollow. Sweet and savory lechon on the table. That pork's legendary chorus, Biggie style. Now let's move to Florida. Where the heat's intense, vampires in Miami. Living life immense, but we can't forget the food. The flavors that amaze, from Cuban sandwiches to gator fillets, verse 2 Biggie style in Florida. The sunches are grand, but watch out for the creatures. They roam the land, vampire alligators. Swamps are their domain, but the key lime pie. It eases the psis is next. Where the cowboys roam free, vampire gunslingers. Shooting for the spree with the brisket and barbecue. That's the real deal, Tex-Mex flavors. They make you feel it. Where the spirits play demons and ghosts. They come out to play gumbo and crawfish boil. A Cajun delight, jambalaya and beignets. A taste that's right chorus, Jay-Z style. Let's head to Georgia. Where the peaches grow, demons lurking in the shadows. They put on a show, but the peach cobbler and fried chicken with pride, sweet tea on the porch. Tacking it in stride, verse 3 Jay-Z style. Now we're in Japan. Land of the rising sun, yokai and Europe. Where legends and ninjas, the peace but the sushi and ramen. They bring release and shout to the army people. Brave and strong representing Japan. Standing tall all along, protecting the land. Fighting for unity, salute to the soul. Respect to the community, outro, Biggie style, so raise your voices. Let the rhythm flow, vampires. Monster, ghosts. Demons in tow, from Korea to Florida. Japan to Georgia's plains, legends and flavors. Verse 1, now listen up. Y'all. About a place I know where the sun shines bright. And the vibes just flow, it's Jacksonville, Florida. Cool as can be, a city with a vibe you just gotta see, from the river to the beaches. It's a coastal delight, surfing decks. Catching dreams on the height, palm tree swaying. People grooving in the sand with that southern hospitality. It's a wonderland chorus, welcome to Jacksonville. Where the cool kids reside, good times and good vibes. We never hide from the Jaguars cheering in the stadium lights to the vibrant art scene that ignites, verse 2 Jacksonville. A city with a rich history where the past and the present come together. You see, from Hemming Park to Riverside's charm, every corner tells a tale. It's alarmed flavors in the air. The food scene is hype, from seafood fresh to southern delights, shrimp and grits. And the barbecue scene delicious, that'll make your taste buds scream, chorus, welcome to Jacksonville. Where the cool kids reside, good times and good vibes. We never hide from the Jaguars cheering in the stadium lights to the vibrant art scene that ignites, bridge Jacksonville. A place of community and love where the people embrace. Like a hand in it, from the beaches to downtown. A city so diverse, we celebrate in unity. Blessings we rehearse, verse 3 stroll on the riverwalk. Feel the breeze, enjoy the local music. The soulful melodies, the art and the culture. It's a creative hub where dreams come alive. Ain't no need to scrub Jacksonville. A city that's cool and bright where the sun shines down on us. Day and night, so come on down. Be part of the thrill in Jacksonville. We're keeping it real, Chris, welcome to Jacksonville. Where the cool kids reside, good times and good vibes. We never hide from the Jaguars cheering in the stadium lights, vibrant art scene that ignites, outro, Jacksonville. You know it's true, cool as can be. That's how we do, so join the fun.